I need the whole class engaged and actively working consistently. And if we are doing that, then I will respect that, Ms. Courtney will respect that, and we will have that test on Monday. Can you check see if I actually hit record? I just
So
set it up.
everybody need their mouth open today in the morning.
I'm just saying. I'm going to take care of you. Please hear me very clearly. I am always going to take care of you if you're doing what you need to do. But if you're not doing what you need to do, I'm not going to help you out.
That is very soft.
Alright, do y'all mind if I talk over the morning announcements?
No, I'm on. Go.
Alright, so we got a lot of people who said vertex and factored form. No one said standard form. Why?
I don't know why they said factored. Oh, I see why they said factored.
Hold on, before we get there, why didn't anyone say standard form?
Because I could just look at it and tell it ain't no standard.
Why not?
Because it has a maximum.
It doesn't have
but the standard form of a quadratic function has a maximum.
Oh.
It would just be a concave down parabola. So why are we not?
No y-intercept.
No, there's still a y-intercept. You may not have seen it. I need y'all to remember, am I ever going to ask you to start in standard form?
No.
You ain't never asked me to start.
There we go. That's what I want us to notice, okay? So, let's look back. We got a lot of factored form, got a lot of standard form. So, looking at this, okay? Let's see if I can, actually, let's just do it.
It is factored, so live.
So,
Oh, it is?
factored form. Anybody, actually, because you're moving to factored form now. Anyone want to tell me vertex form?
Because it only has a maximum point.
Okay, it does have a maximum, but we're talking about a vertex form. So why do you have to talk about that maximum?
Equation for vertex form?
Say again.
You asking for the equation?
No, I'm just asking. You're telling me we want to use vertex form, but you're now telling me we have a maximum. So why? So why are we using vertex form if you're talking about a maximum?
Because vertex goes with maximum.
Oh, that maximum right there is the vertex?
Yeah.
Can you clearly tell what that vertex is?
Yes.
So could you use vertex form?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we can use both.
Oh. Could you use both?
Yeah.
So it can be vertex and factor.
It depends, right? If I have the vertex, can I use vertex form?
Yes.
Yeah.
If I have two clear x-intercepts, can I use factored form?
Yes. Oh.
Okay? So it's your choice at that point. I just wanted you to recognize that if we're seeing those two x-intercepts, hey, I can use factored form easily. If I have a vertex, I can use vertex form easily. Now, when you're trying to write those equations, do you know what A is?
No.
No, you'll never know what A is.
Kind of, partially. We'll talk more about that as we work today.
All you can tell is if it's going to be a positive or a negative.
Okay, you can tell automatically whether it's positive or negative. This A, would it be positive or negative?
Negative.
Because it's
Why?
concave.
Alright, that graph is concave down. But what could I do to figure out what A is? I need another what?
So,
Another
X.
I said point. Is that right?
point.
Oh, okay.
So if you're using this vertex here, you could use this point, or you could use this point, or you could use this point, or this point
As long as you got
to get your A. Remember, if you have vertex, how many other points do you need?
One.
Oh.
And if you have factored form, you need the two x-intercepts,
And then one more.
and then one more point. So
I learned that
you can
on
use any
video.
point. Right? Make sense?
I'm glad.
Can we solve this?
I was not understanding.
We're going to get to problems like this in class.
Alright, because I just need more practice.
Oh, I know. And so I will say, we're going to take the last 30 minutes of class today, so we have about, I think, 50? Yeah, we have 50 to work, 30 minutes to practice. You'll notice here in the agenda, we're going to get extra practice writing quadratic equations and the forms of quadratic equations practice. So the two sheets that I gave out yesterday, you should go ahead and get that out right now.
Alright, bet.
And then we're going to have the understanding check to end class.
I just cannot let you go.
What's up?
Never mind.
Okay.
Never mind.
Okay, so if you're not sure what I'm talking about, this is what I'm referring to. This is where we're going to start today. Actually close. But there was the writing quadratic equations at the top, as the title of that task, and then there was this one that said forms of quadratic equations practice at the top as well.
Peter.
Say again?
Never mind.
Okay. So, I do actually want you to look at this sheet first. I forgot this is where I want to start, and I forgot to rearrange those slides. Just because we started this yesterday, right? It says forms of quadratic equations at the top. This is, can I see this real quick? This is the same sheet that had this at the top, right? So this is where we started yesterday. Okay, did she give you a copy of these? Ms. Courtney, can you get her a copy of these two assignments that we gave out yesterday?
Yes.
Thank you. All right. So we started looking at this yesterday, and I want to remind you, number 4, I've given you this equation, right? What form is that equation in?
Exactly. I mean, yes, standard.
This is in standard. I'm asking you to give me it in vertex form. So Mitria, what do we need if I'm going to write this equation in vertex form?
The vertex.
When did your name become Mitria?
Oh, my bad.
What do we need, Mitria?
Vertex.
Vertex, thank you. All right. So we need the vertex. Can you see the vertex in standard form? So what are you going to have to do?
Work it out.
How are you going to work it out?
Calculator.
Calculator and what? Graph it, right? If you graph that equation, will you be able to see the vertex?
You shall.
Very much so. So, I want you to work within your small groups, and I will point out, because Anthony said this earlier, you'll never be given the A. Looking at this equation, does anyone know what A is? 2. So if you're given the equation, Anthony, you're already given A, but if you're given a graph or you're just given points, you won't be given A. Does that make sense? But if you're given the equation, you can do that. So I want you to work within your small groups. We'll come back on this pretty soon. I will note, please do 4 and 6 first. We'll come back to the other ones, or go to the other ones if you have time, but I want you to work on 4 and 6, and then we will move to other practice things, because we only have a certain amount of time. All right, let's get to work. Don't forget, collaborate, discuss, grow together.
Anyway, okay. All right, for real though. We got to do.